Welcome to This Explainer. I am so glad you're here with us today. We are tackling a topic that honestly strikes fear into the heart of almost every homeowner out there, and that is a damaged sewer line. We're drawing directly from the plumbing experts over at Dr. Drain to unpack exactly how you should handle this whole stressful situation. My goal for This Explainer is simple. By the time we finish up here, I want to empower you to make the absolute best fact-based choice for your home's plumbing. We're going to cut through the panic, look at the data, and give you the tools to decide whether a targeted repair or a full replacement is the right call for your property.
So, here is our homeowner's diagnostic journey. We'll be looking at signs of sewer trouble, when to choose repair, when to choose replacement, the power of diagnostics, cost versus long-term risk, and finally, your next steps.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Section 1. Signs of sewer trouble.
Look, let's be honest for a second. If you're looking into this topic, you might already be dealing with some incredibly anxiety-inducing symptoms. Dealing with persistent backups or foul odors is incredibly stressful precisely because the root cause is completely invisible to you. It's buried underground. It feels totally unpredictable, and it threatens the sanctuary of your home with water damage and, frankly, unsanitary conditions.
So what exactly are we looking out for? Here is a comprehensive list from our source material of the common signs that you might need more than just a quick fix. We're talking about persistent backups, reoccurring clogs, frequent toilet or drain slowdowns, sewage odors lingering near your property, or even wet spots right where the line runs. This is especially true if these happen even after you've tried smaller repairs. But here is the most important thing to remember. Think of these symptoms as literally just the tip of the iceberg. As the experts point out, symptoms overlap across a whole variety of causes. Just because you have a wet spot in the yard doesn't automatically mean the entire pipe is completely destroyed. Symptoms are your prompt for a deeper evaluation, but symptoms alone? They're simply not enough to make a final call.
That brings us to Section 2. When to choose repair.
Contractors typically recommend a repair when the issue is confined to a really small section of pipe. Imagine a short segment with a single crack, maybe a localized joint failure or a minor displacement. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how modern technology handles this. If the rest of your line appears structurally sound, you might be a candidate for what are called trenchless methods. These are absolutely fantastic, way less disruptive options. Instead of digging a massive trench through your beautiful landscaping or your driveway, professionals can patch or reline specific, targeted segments to correct that localized defect. It restores service quickly and cost-effectively without the absolute nightmare of a full excavation. Moving along to Section 3, When to choose replacement.
And this brilliantly illustrates the clear dividing line between a quick, targeted fix and a necessary overhaul. On the repair side, like we said, we have localized cracks and a generally sound overall structure. But on the replace side, we're looking at broad deterioration. We're talking about multiple failed joints, significant corrosion, or widespread cracks. Replacement is also heavily favored if your pipe material has literally reached the end of its useful life or if you've been relying on temporary repairs in the past. If the system is repeatedly failing, actually scratch that. If you're just putting band-aids on it, trying to repair only the visible immediate damage won't solve the underlying structural instability. A full replacement prevents ongoing downtime, it stops compounding damage, and it ends those repeated, stressful callouts to the plumber.
Section 4. The power of diagnostics.
Guessing is dangerous, right? So let's step through the exact professional sequence experts use to figure out what's really going on underground. Because symptoms overlap, the safest approach is always to confirm with an inspection. These professional testing tools are the real heroes here. Step 1 is a camera inspection. A specialized camera is sent down the line to map out exactly where the damage is and visually confirm if it's isolated or extensive. It's kind of like a giant puzzle, and this gives you the full picture. Step 2 is pressure testing. This is going to show professionals if there is structural leakage occurring out of sight. Step 3 involves flow checks and drain performance tests, which basically indicate if the pipe is functionally failing to move waste away from your home. Together, these 3 steps answer the most vital practical question. Is this pipe still reliably supporting your plumbing system, or is the damage pattern showing progressive deterioration?
Let's move to Section 5, Cost versus long-term risk. See how this builds?
I want to anchor on this powerful concept straight from the source material. Cost isn't just the repair today, it's the risk tomorrow. You know, it is incredibly tempting to choose a short-term repair because the price tag today is cheaper. And hey, if that repair is addressing a small issue in a healthy line, it's a great investment that can deliver years of reliable service, for sure. But conversely, if your camera inspection revealed that the rest of the pipe is heavily compromised, repeated patch-and-go repairs are a terrible investment.
Paying for emergency patch after emergency patch will quickly become more expensive and vastly more stressful than simply replacing the whole shebang once. Long-term value completely depends on durability.
Finally, Section 6. Your next steps.
So the crucial point is this. You must demand plain language answers from your contractor. Do not let them speak in confusing jargon. First things first, schedule that professional camera inspection. Once it's done, ask them exactly where the damage is located and what specific type of damage it is. Next, make them confirm if the damage is truly localized. Finally, and this is absolutely crucial, request the mapped condition of the entire run of the pipe. You need to discuss repair versus replacement based on the health of the entire plumbing system, not just the single visible problem area that caused your backup this morning.
By relying on the right diagnostics and insisting on a clear comparison of the expected service life and likely failure points, you don't have to be a victim to your plumbing. You can choose a maintenance-minded plan that restores functionality today while actively minimizing the chance of renewed failures tomorrow. So, as you review your diagnostic reports and weigh those contractor quotes, I want you to ask yourself this one provocative question. Are you fixing a symptom or curing the system?